Welcome back to Azran Legacy. So let's check the story so far. Old Red tells Luke that the reason he goes down into Torrido is to find and repay a young girl who once saved his life. After listening to Old Red's description of this girl, our heroes agree to look for her on the wolf's behalf.
Did you think to ask him how long it's been since he met that girl?
I'm sure that's not important.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Good evening, Sheriff. About the lady with whom you were arguing. That ain't none of your beeswax.
Oh, that girl? Well, we've all got pieces of crazy in us, but she's just got bigger pieces than most. I'm worried one of these days she's gonna get herself into a whole lot of trouble. Heck, it's like this every time Old Red pays us a visit. Some say she's the one calling the beast over.
Of course, isolated town full of superstitious people.
Hint.
But Old Red's just a gentle giant. I hope that bossy old woman isn't bullying him.
Oh, Luke.
Gentle giant. Have you got eyes in the front of your head, boy?
You might think this question is out of order, but you've seen the character design, it's not always a guaranteed.
Luke here is, let's just say, a great lover of animals. He believes that deep down, they all have a gentle side.
That's sweet, but don't go siding with the old lady just 'cause it sounds nice. I reckon she's gone off her nut. Busted it too.
This isn't getting us anywhere. Come on, Professor. Let's find the girl Old Red has been looking for. It could be anyone.
Absolutely.
It is important to remember...
Alright, I suppose we can always continue our inquiry later.
It is important to remember as well that just because the audience is trope savvy, that doesn't necessarily mean the characters are trope savvy. So...
I find it funny that Layton hasn't kind of already put two and two together.
Again, I forgot about exactly how the plot unfolds, but something tells me it's another one of these situations where Layton knows already, and Layton will just chime in and say, "Wait, I got the solution now."
Alright,
so... It's a typical trope of a lot of mystery, drama, novels, TV series, and movies.
Oh!
Yeah,
giant ham.
Yeah. Knives Out does that too. So...
A giant ham, but I don't see William Shatner anywhere.
I mean, it's tasty nevertheless,
we need to find the little girl who has saved Old Red back in the past.
Well, there was one more memorable episode of the original series about the Western Town.
Professor Layton played by William Shatner.
I was about to say
every puzzle has an answer.
It's just that I was so ready when Old Red took to the hills. A man who can't leave overboard with celebration.
Let bygones be bygones, Mr. Derringer. We were wondering if perhaps you could help us with something.
There you go, see, he apologized, everything's cool.
Do you know of a girl in Torrido with plaited hair and a red scarf?
Plaited hair? Why?
What?
Means careless.
Oh, what? Sure.
Watch yourself hard. She looks like a demure gal, but believe me, she ain't.
Oh, what, Shiro? You're not gonna correct the way they say the word plaited as well? I see how it is.
But now
I corrected people twice.
She'll be down in saloon. Also, it's just to mention, it's funny because I'm pretty sure it's for most of Europe, but one popular brand of insecticide spray is called Bygone.
Alright, Shiro, here's a character for you.
Where'd you come from?
Alright, use your pearl voice as usual.
Oh gosh, well, this isn't good. Nah, this ain't good at all.
Oh, come on, I'm enjoying the game fine so far, jeesh.
Are you crying black
I don't
tears?
like it.
It's the mascara, I believe, so.
No, she's crying oil.
Well, she does have a red scarf.
Either she's crying black or she has Pac-Man eyes.
Miss Scarlet, do you require some assistance?
Assistance for little old me? Why, thank you, sir. See, I've been...
Hankering
for a burger, but I done forgot the recipe. Huh?
Okay, remember, Do your Pearl voice, but mixed in with how you do Southern for a lot of heart,
Also-
and then you pretty much
I
have
said
got
the
it.
word though.
Yeah.
Hey,
Also, you forgot the recipe for a burger?
I think there was a delay on our end, Shirei. Sorry.
Okay.
Alright, so we need to help make a burger, I guess. Like,
Help Scarlet make a tasty burger by jumping ingredients over one another to stack them up. Make sure to follow these rules. Ingredients can only move by leaping vertically, horizontally, or diagonally over the other ingredients. An ingredient cannot jump over 2 or more ingredients at the same time. Ingredients you jump over are removed from the counter and put on the burger. You must finish with an ingredient in the middle of the grid and nowhere else.
Okay, between the crossover and this, how hard can it be to make a fucking burger?
Apparently very hard for the British.
What is your problem?
Well, it's British cooking.
You say that, okay, I can tell you, let me tell
It's
you
easy
one...
for us who like burgers. I've made plenty of burgers from
Let me
scratch.
tell you a positive thing, might as well, because, you know, when I was... Because, again, it might seem otherwise, but I just ate British food nonetheless, but I can tell you, when it comes to raw ingredients, just for an instance, you know, at the very least, in comparison to my country, the bacon that they have in the UK is much better. So, at the very least, the ingredient that is here for the hamburger will be fine.
I will agree that they do make good bacon.
I don't know, most of the... over here in my country, we mostly go for Italian food. So... not so much British, but I don't think I mean...
Well, okay, I don't know if it's this... Considering it's mostly Spanish, I don't know if also you guys use the paella as a plate, as a,
Yes.
you know, as a dish. But it's not too different because it's similar to rice. It's similar to plate with rice that requires saffron in it. It's just a matter that you put seafood in it.
We eat a lot of pasta over here.
Anyway, Shuri, when I mentioned mixing in the Pearl with a lot of hard voice, I was just mainly advising about the accent, not about the words. You got the words just fine.
Yeah.
Also-
It was talking more about the trying to throw in that southern accent you use for Lada, not so much.
Sure, that's fine.
The whole jumping... there we go.
There you
The
are.
whole jumping over one one piece over to the other. Apparently, I know it's a reference to a specific tabletop game, but I forgot which one.
That Japanese game. God, what was the name?
It's not checkers.
It's that game. It's that game that Hiroshi Yamauchi loved to play.
Backgammon?
No. It's that one with black and white balls.
I get it. Yeah. Now I remember. Yes.
I forgot the name.
It is including the batch of those Switch tabletop games.
Basically.
Oh, got a new dress-up request.
We'll talk about. We'll see that in the extra part. Let's continue. Go ahead, Shuri.
Now that's a mighty mouth-watering burger right there. Good work.
I thought we were having steamed clams.
No. Steamed hams was what we were having.
Yeah, steamed hamburgers.
That's on the plate behind me. Wait, who are you folks anyways?
Your
We
mother
are
never told you
absolutely
to
not
talk to
strangers that it would not be okay
Apparently,
to talk with.
apparently, Scarlet has also not been taught stranger danger.
No. You see, we've got a kid with us, so we're okay with
Oh yes, because as we all know, kids never do bad things whatsoever.
What is the problem with the parents in this universe?
Well, out here it's the Wild West, so one has to learn to fend for themselves.
Hold on a minute. You're saying you spoke with Old Red?
You see, Teo, I get the feeling. Pokemon wasn't a very good influence on Japanese anime because ever since the whole 10-year-old and it's okay to leave on their own thing, so many anime started doing the whole child can leave and.
What's that? You're 10-year-old now? Get the fuck out of here!
Yeah, basically.
Don't make your own fortune now.
All right, go on.
Oh, I knew it. Ain't no one believe in me or Grandma. But we knew Old
Yeah, the point is.
Red was a kind soul.
Yeah.
Also, as somebody who's... I'll wait till the scene's over, actually.
If they could see Old Red for who he really is, they'd finally start taking Grandma seriously.
So yeah, both Scarlet and her grandma believe in Old Red is being nice.
I wonder who her grandma might be.
Yeah, obviously. Go on, Shiro, you can say it.
As somebody who's actually been there, there seems to be like a whole there's a lot more emphasis on independence in Japan, it seems, because me and Alice were traveling between prefectures like really early in the morning, and there were children like they didn't even look like they were like they looked like they were barely in grade school, like walking by themselves like very early in the morning.
Well, okay.
So I think this is just normal.
Okay, to be fair, obviously I haven't been to every country, but I'm pretty confident grade schoolers returning from school straight to home on their own is a common thing. I mean, are you sure they were just,
It might be a thing also attached to, the rate of criminality, the lack of guns properly in the street. It might be that.
I mean, granted, kids walking to and from school, that's kind of a thing over here too. So I'm not quite sure it's in correlation to that.
Grade school though? So like you're talking 6-year-olds? Like 6-7-year-olds?
I cannot speak for the others, but I can tell you that me and my sister were kindly instructed ever since we hit the halfway point of elementary school, so 2.5 years in it, so roughly at 8-9-year-old, then we were perfectly good to go and return from school.
Alright, let's put a pin on that because
Rook and Bishop.
So basically our plan is to see if Scarlet is the girl we're looking for. Alright, I'll take over again.
God, you big stupid dog.
He's a wolf, Rook.
That's the
Hand over the egg! Hand over the egg or you'll be sorry!
Jesus.
I'll admit, I'm actually surprised they came prepared for this. Professor, what are they doing?
What does it look like, Luke?
Yeah, I know.
You need a puzzle to figure it out?
Alright, here we go. Listen, you've had your warning, now let's see how tough you are. Take this!
Oh.
Really?
Bishop, don't tell me.
Wow.
Like the fucking bullet.
It's not loaded! What do we do? What do we do, Rook?
First of all, a slap onto your back of your head.
Dot.
Parlay?
Throw him to the wolf.
Run!
Run away!
Run away! Run away!
Bishop, you need me! Wait!
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, the world's worst criminals.
Why are you two the ones that Targent keeps sending?
I love Luke's line here. Go ahead, Jova. I love this line.
Yeah. It's a good job they aren't the most dynamic duo.
Yeah, no kidding. Basic Webs.
It's like a
Basic
Team Rocket
Webs.
situation.
Basic Webs. Bishop tried to shoot Old Red, but he forgot to load the gun with bullets. Go ahead, Shiro.
Aw, don't worry. Don't worry, your pretty little, pretty big head no more. Alright, I'm here now. Maybe it's like a Team Rocket situation where they don't actually take them seriously and they're just the odd jobs.
Oh, no. It's abundantly clear that they're going for the, like Theo said, like the comic relief duo villain type of trope. Go on.
So,
I mean,
please stop scaring the townsfolk. Do you think you can do that for me?
Please.
Pretty please?
There's?
With sugar on top?
It's okay. If you want to say something for her, I'll translate for you.
Oh, you're supposed to sound sad, though, because of that face.
What?
He sounds the same no matter what.
What's wrong?
He says you're not the one he's looking for.
This is not the girl we're looking for.
What? But how? And I was so sure he'd taken a cotton to me.
You
Okay, I
can
get
go
what she
about
means,
your
but it's
business.
one of the first time I hear this expression. Probably a colloquial sovereignism, but...
Probably. Aww.
Everyone
I'm sorry. It looks like we'll have to find someone else.
Okay, so this plan failed.
Or did it?
He's looking the worse for wear. We'd better find the right girl before it's too late.
And then Old Red dies, and that's the end of the storyline. And we managed to get the egg, and then everybody's like, "Damn, that took a dark turn."
Well, we got the egg at
Suppose
least.
we should go back to town and think about this. He no would.
I mean,
He would.
well, remember, Shiroi, he writes each individual IP's death for the like yes, that kind of thing would happen in Yokai Watch, where there would be some death that is incredibly depressing, but in Layton is usually more lighthearted than that. So
it's funny also when you say it's also funny you say that, but I will let you talk about this near the end of the game.
Yes, Layton isn't nearly as depressing.
No,
Just turn away from the fact of the woman who literally had to go back to an explosion to die.
True, yeah. Sorry.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't
But
make
Old
sense.
Red said she didn't smell the same.
Well, unless anyone here is actually a dog, I think we can rule out that method of investigation.
We have a cat on the Bostonians. Can we use that?
No, I don't think cats are very good trackers. Too. Dogs are, but
Cats do have a good sense of smell and tracking.
I guess it's just a matter of level.
It's just a matter of actually getting a cat to do the work.
in that case, we're fucked. So
I don't suppose we could just bring Old Red back.
That ain't gonna work. The moment when anybody claps eyes on him, they'll hightail out of there.
Well, surely it must be someone who's not afraid of him.
Yes.
hold on, they're thinking about what to do.
We should also consider the possibility that the girl is not from Torrido.
Well, then we just gotta go around the world to look for her, then.
It's a good thing we have an airship to do that.
True, she could have merely been visiting like us.
What a conundrum.
We could ask Grandma. That ain't never been a living soul passed through here without her knowing about it.
Keep tabs on each person.
Kinda creepy, actually.
That sounds promising. Frankly, we could do with any lead at the moment, no matter how small it may be. I would hate to have to resort to shooting the creature myself.
Right, well, our house is this one right here. Kinda hard to miss, really.
It's the town icon. Perfect. Then let's pay her a visit.
And there's no time to waste.
Yeah, there's no time to waste.
Sunday best, and let us be off.
Well, actually, I'll wait till we're in a puzzle. Moving on.
Oh.
Ruby's house.
Yes.
Well, that's funny. I wonder where she is.
Considering the grandma's called Ruby, considering the grandma is called Ruby, I'm surprised they didn't give her a jewel name too, like Emerald or something. Or Pearl, like how they would it would have been perfect to call her Pearl.
Is a synonym for red, so.
Just like how Ruby is.
So
there's the connection.
So the theme is red.
So the theme is the color red, not jewels.
Which,
okay.
you know, considering the dog's name, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, sure. So the theme is red. There you go, Jova. Your favorite color on display.
Of course.
Not likely. Grandma hates going out.
Yep.
I thought she might be taking a nap behind the big sewing doohickey, but there's no sign of her.
Could her hating going out possibly have to do with the fact that it's probably flipping hot outside?
It's called a spinning wheel, Scarlet. big suin doohickey.
Just don't be sure not to touch it.
Yeah, don't prick your finger on it.
Yeah, and then you'll fall asleep until, well, actually, no, wrong story.
Don't worry, Scarlet. There's no point in jumping to conclusions.
Okay. That's alright, in that case, let's jump to in-conclusions.
Of course.
And,
perhaps it would be best to wait here in case she happens to come back.
In the
Let us hope that the old lady does not have a heart attack at seeing all these strangers in her house.
In the meantime, Dwebs, I guess, is tidying up over there. Alright.
Just getting me fan set up. It's hot over here.
I rest my
You
case.
know, I wouldn't mind living in a cozy little cottage like this.
Just look at these wonderful handcrafted furnishings. Original pieces like these add a real touch of character to the place.
That's usually how the logic of background designers.
Oh, see that there photo frame? I made that one for Grandma. She was over the moon when I gave it to her.
Yeah, Joe was right. See that whole thing? See that there photo from? Yeah, that's such a old American type of thing. Yeah.
Very nice. Wait a minute. That photo.
And then and then Professor Sycamore is like, it looks absolutely. Oh my God! Look at this picture. It's so 500 points.
I'm more reminded instead of the beginning of Bioshock Infinite, where Booker says, "Wait a minute, that card," and it literally spells the solution of the puzzle in front of him.
You see, Shiro, the original Pokemon Snap is frustrating because Professor Oak is never happy with anything we take.
He's a very photo critique, shall we say.
Go ahead.
You'd have to be pretty tall to put books up there.
Or have a tall...
Go ahead, Gratis.
Speaking of books, I've got a puzzle for you.
God damn it, Professor!
Really?
Yes, really. I'll read this one.
Please.
This is not nice,
Puzzle
Professor.
69.
It's 69.
Nice.
2. Put the books away, but make sure not to find any ones about sex positions. They're a bit too old for you.
So the Kama Sutra I should put away here?
Yes,
All
hide
right,
it. Make sure none of the youngins see it.
Instructions.
Basically, you have to put the numbers next to above each other. The shelf should be in that row column. Also, some books are part of a series, so they're bundled together so that they're easier for people to find. Arrange the books in the shelf so that each row and column contains the right number of books. So again, it's all about numbers. Make sure that all the numbers add up both in the columns and in the lines.
Kind of like Sudoku.
While this is going on, let me just finish the previous point. Well, Shiro, here's the thing. I feel a question. I mean, are you talking about specifically in big cities, in terms of the whole grade schooler thing? Like, are you talking about specifically in big cities, or like more middle-sized cities?
I've always lived in cities, so
okay, so
basically middle size to big size.
Sure, because I can tell that. I mean, just like Teo, I also in grade school went back home on my own because my parents just taught me the way, and it would be normally fine. That being said, I can understand if it's in a bigger city. Obviously, it would be a whole nother thing. I guess maybe Shiro, I guess maybe just it's one of those things where they're taught stranger danger, and parents just assume it'll be fine. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, everyone's taught stranger danger when you're a literal baby. Like, isn't a thing.
I just do this.
I don't know then.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
Look, Triton, at your service.
Also, Joe was mentioning Sudoku. I'm also reminded instead of the Voltor minigame from Heart Gold and Stone server, Soul Silver.
That was a piece of cake.
Yes. Oh, very impressive work, Luke.
That puzzle reminded me of all the books in your office that you need to put away, Professor.
Remember, one of Professor Layton's quirks is that he's very untidy.
Apparently, so is Cynthia, according to Pokemon
Oh, this
Master
is
she's also an archaeologist.
This is the common thing writers do too. Like whenever there's like a guy who's like a big scientist or a big archaeologist, like they make it so that they're very untidy because they're so focused on their job and research. You know, it's a very common.
Absent-minded professor.
Yeah,
Dave.
basically. That's.
Anyway, photo of the grandma as a child.
It looks really old.
I'm not kidding. Yeah, go ahead.
As it happens, no. That's Grandma back when she was my age.
I swear that they're like two droplets of water. Like they look like clones.
Genius, baby.
Yeah, I was about to ask. Are you familiar with the Les Infante Terrible?
Les Enfants Terribles. So Scarlet is an actual survival of aside from Liquid and Solid Snake.
And Solidus.
And Solidus, yeah.
That's so. Plot twist level 5 gets bought by Konami and then this will become true.
Oh my god, you know what that means? Then we can officially have a Layton and Lautrec crossover.
No, please.
I think I've worked out who the girl we are looking for is. However, I will need Scarlet's grandmother to confirm.
I can only imagine.
Something tells me I might not get.
What in the blazes are you strangers doing in my home? About that.
Hi.
Well, at least you didn't have a heart attack.
Scarlet, who told you you could bring strangers into the house?
Oh, Grandma, I was worried sick about you. Where in tarnation have you been?
Never mind that. I'm the adult. I can go wherever I want. You, on the other hand, you brought strangers into the house. I hope you had a very good. I hope you had a very good explanation, Missy.
That's right, Grandma, and I go to bed.
Scarlet, have these rascals been harassing you? You hush now. They're going to Vamoose, quick sharp.
Hey!
I take what she's meaning to get out.
Yes.
I'm learning so much today.
Go on.
Yeah.
No, that's not it. Oh, Grandma, Old Red's been looking for someone who looks like me, and we don't know who.
You know, I guess I realized we've had a lot of opportunities to look into old British dialect, but not as much opportunities for you to learn old American dialect.
No, well, darling. Wait, did you say Old Red? Scarlet, they must be hunters.
Wait, but we don't have guns.
Scum of the earth they are. Knew they'd turn up on Torrido's doorstep one day or another.
Wait, it's taken this long for potential hunters to come? Good grief.
Grandma, no. Mr. Layton and his pals ain't hunters.
Oh, really? Well, I guess I'm gonna have to check that for that myself. Oh, they ain't? Well then, Mr. Layton, why don't you tell me what you're doing out here, eh?
Watch out or she'll whack you with her...
Feather duster.
Madam, please, I assure you, we intend no harm. We only wish to inquire about old...
Oh, that's what they all say. Then the next thing you know, they'll be robbing us blind. No, you can't fool me with your gentle person act. And I know just what will make you show your true colors.
A puzzle.
A puzzle.
Oh, god damn it.
Also...
If you're really the gentleman you say you are, you should have no problem with this puzzle. It's called a knightly triumph. You see, this country's national flag...
Non-gentlemen can solve puzzles, you know.
This country's national flag has the same design on its front and back. Would-be knights must undergo a series of grueling tests, one of which involves counting the number of squares there are on the national flag. Weird, I know. Prove yourself worthy of a knighthood by working out how many squares are in this national flag. If you really are who you say you are, then you should have no problem with this one.
Plenty of people who are assholes are good at solving puzzles.
Like the Riddler?
Yeah, him.
Although he likes to present himself as a gentleman.
Look at it this way. Look at it this way. In Japan, calling someone by the first name is shown as a sign of intimacy. In the Layton universe, solving that person's puzzle is considered like a gesture of intimacy. See, that's how it works here.
Besides, don't forget that people like Don Paolo and Desco have managed to, solve puzzles on their own. I wonder what happened to the latter.
Yeah, we have not heard from Disco in quite a bit.
Oh yeah, I wonder.
Must be laying low, which is weird because last we checked, I'm pretty sure he had a bone to pick with Targent.
Yeah, that is true. I have to wonder why...
Maybe he's just plotting away, who knows.
44.
This was quite the conundrum. And there we have it.
Yes.
Chivalry isn't dead. The same design is shown on both the front and the back of the flag, so the answer is 44, not 22. Knights need brains as well as brawn, you know.
Yep, it's a trick answer there.
Exactly.
Pedro, being such the pro, obviously saw through that.
Well, keep in mind this is like my 4th time playing the game, so...
I'm surprised it's only your 4th. Super trousers.
Probably the one that I played the most were the original trilogy, because back in the day I had more time on my hands. Seems you're in fiction for trouble after all. What's your game?
We would ask only that you come with us to see Old Red, so we can eat you. So we can prove your identity.
Professor, we're not cannibals. What? You want to bring this lady along?
I said so he can eat her. I believe there's been a great misunderstanding.
What do you mean, Professor?
Gee, Luke, I wonder.
You recall that Old Red wished to see the girl that once saved him, yes?
Yeah, and he gave a really specific description, too. I was so sure we'd find her.
On the contrary, with the description that we were given, it would be impossible to find this girl in the present day. By
the way, how did your hair turn from black to purple?
Now, had we saw for her in the past, our conclusion may have been very different. Isn't that right, Miss Ruby?
I'm pretty sure being old...
Now, how would a posse of strangers like you folk know something like that?
It's more common than you think.
Oh yeah, no, I know. My own Nana used to dye her hair.
Let's just say you were able to establish a means of communication with the resident wolf. I'm basically Edgeworth, but not a dickhead. That wolf has been desperately trying to contact you, the girl who once saved him, before his life expires.
Now what is that?
Oh, that poor fella. Well, I guess I should be thankful you're telling me this now.
Yeah, thank you for telling me when he's dying.
I'd have gone sooner, but this frail old body can be a nuisance like you wouldn't believe. Yep. Well...
They're both dying.
What are we waiting for? Well, they're both in the twilight of their life, so...
More amazing.
Or at the very least, she is. We don't know how old.
Considering the life expectancy of the dogs, I'm surprised Old Red managed to survive all this time. Huh?
I know, right? Like, okay, given that apparently Ruby looked
I like this bit here. Go on. Oh, aren't you the sweetest little darling? Come over here and give your grandma some sugar. Come on, Scarlet. Give your grandma a kiss.
But you've got type 1 diabetes. I can't give you any sugar.
Come on, Scarlet. Give your grandma a smooch.
No, I told you have diabetes. I can't give you any.
Diabetes is not contagious.
I'm gonna see you right now.
Yeah.
Alright.
There we go.
Alright.
Oh, he's looking a little worse for wear.
Well, no,
look at, and you'll notice that Ruby also has a sprite in the party thing. So.
I mean, yeah, she joined us for this tracking. So.
I do like how they went out of their way to make a sprite just for this one moment.
I wonder if she gets certain reactions if you talk to certain people since she's in your party.
Alright, let's see if this is the person Red was talking about.
All Red, is that really you? That helpless little pup I rescued way back when.
Okay, even if he was a puppy back then, the fact he's alive is amazing.
So, like...
Go ahead, Liz. You finally twigged then. It's me, All Red. It's Ruby.
As a Red, Ruby, and Scarlet.
Aw. Well, someone likes a good pampering. Look at you, all puppy dog-eyed and mellow as honey.
It's funny, because the sheriff's an actual redhead as well.
Also, that blue tongue.
A gentle giant with a heart of gold. There you go. Aww. You ain't changed a bit, old boy.
I guess it's story related, but I guess, yeah, you can pet the dog in this game.
Well, Ruby pets the dog specifically. You know you was hurting and you tried to see this decrepit old lady one last time. You're a real joker, you know that?
Yep, that sounds like a Hino game.
Even that piano is reminding me of something.
Yeah, this track is called Warmth and Kindness. It's the big sentimental theme of the game.
He promised to return that pendant to you one day. That's why he was so desperate to find you.
That's so.
Yes, it do be so.
When I gave you that pendant, I thought of it as a sign that there will always be a special bond between us. Always.
We can't take that pendant.
Doesn't feel right to be taking it back. But if it's what you really want... There we go. What's the matter, old boy? Oh, you suddenly perked up, didn't you?
He says the pain went away.
Oh. So
Oh my.
Melancholy.
So this pendant's the thing that's been causing you all that bother? Is that what you're saying?
God damn.
Golly.
Very gift she gave him.
Golly, you were just a tiny pup when I met you. I didn't think about it getting tight around your neck as you got bigger.
He was literally just getting too oversized for it.
Yes.
So he wasn't dying.
So Old Red wasn't really ill after all.
No, he was just choking to death on that.
Well, yeah. Okay, technically he was dying. If nobody came here to take the pendant off, he probably would have died, so... Go on.
He must have been able to perceive that something was wrong, but unable to pinpoint the exact problem.
It was a bit of a wild goose chase in the end. Still all's well that ends well, I suppose.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dog didn't choke to death.
No.
The first time I ever experienced this, I thought, wait, is this going to be a hint that the eggs are actually cursed?
So, Old Red did not come to Torrido to scare its inhabitants. In fact, the wolf only wished to return a pendant to the girl that once saved his life.
People of Torrido can rest assured that they have no need to fear Old Red.
Yeah, but how do we tell them that?
And that is our happy ending, everybody.
Old Red is a softie. There.
Yep. Yeah, he is. In fact, okay, Sam, apologize.
I'll be. I'd never have believed it.
You know, it's funny because Sam Elliott played Trusty recently in the Tramp remake.
I trust Torrido will welcome him in now. I assure you, Old Red is a gentle creature. He would never attack this town or his people. After all, this is where his best friend lives.
My eyes are telling me one thing, and my head still don't wash. Oh, hey.
You know what this means, right, guys? Town mascot!
He's a real curly wolf, ain't he? Yes, imagine.
Maybe now you'll stop being such a croaker and keep an open mind. See, the lesson here is don't judge before you see what happens. Now, I have a question for you, Miss Layton. You didn't just come here to help Old Red out of the kindness of your heart, did you?
No,
Who do you think I am?
Say that. British.
Alas, no, that was not our original goal. We were actually hoping to acquire the pendant that was around Old Red's neck.
You know, the entire thing that, succinks the friendship between you and them.
You want this pendant? That's the reason why you've been chasing the old boy around like a hungry coyote? Well, let's see what Ruby thinks of the whole matter, too. I suppose now that there ain't nothing to stop him coming down to see me, maybe we don't need it no more. Yeah, now she can interact with him all the time, so go on, take it, before I change my mind.
That may have been the easiest pendant to get so far.
Are you quite sure, madam?
Now, what did I just say? All else I could do with it is give it to Scarlet, much as she don't care for it. These kids these kids these days, they don't appreciate ancient artifacts.
She's just gonna pawn it on eBay.
When I first saw that hat of yours, I thought, Ruby, your granddaughter's fallen into a bad crowd. I'm sorry, but I just cannot.
Pardon?
I'm sorry, but I cannot just trust anyone who wears tall top hats.
Hey, now Abraham Lincoln had a tall hat.
Well, who? But now I see it ain't so. Take it already. Got a hunch you needed more than sheer eye. A man
top hat, I'm going to be assassinated.
A man with a tall top hat killed my parents.
Thank you, Ruby. Your kindness knows no bounds.
I'm glad to see someone finally realizes that.
We're glad to have been of assistance. Well then, it's time for us to depart. Perhaps we'll all cross the paths again in the future.
Well, yeah, we can always come back and do
go so soon.
Oh, and look at that. So Old Red and Ruby are making up for last time. Don't worry, I'll still talk to him. Yeah, I think. Yeah, no, I forgot to click, so let's click one final time. Oh, you old namby-pamby thing, you. Looks like the two of us have gotten old together, eh?
Admittedly, he looks pretty good for his age.
It's all those deer he's been eating.
To be honest, I don't see how Flint couldn't fall in love with you at first sight. Silly fool. Ruby, much like Luke, Ruby's a big animal lover. Alright, back to the Bostonians.
Future?
Or not.
You want to talk to... Oh, no, you don't.
Welcome back, sirs and madams. I trust your expedition was a roaring success.
Ha ha ha, get it?
Get it?
Does he have a point for everywhere we go?
Yes, I do.
It was indeed, and we were able to obtain an egg thanks to Luke's unconventional language skills.
Indeed. Nice to see.
I mean, you can be upfront that I talk to animals.
Go ahead.
Being able to talk to animals certainly has its advantages.
And then the scientists capture Luke to study him and shit. That is marvelous news. I shall begin preparations for our departure whenever you are ready.
I mean, given what we know about the British government from the crossover, yeah, for all we know, scientists probably would
this
be.
This egg is the first Azran artifact to be discovered in this part of the world. I had no idea the Azran once settled here.
Let's all right on time. Go ahead, or explain.
We did, but even in our own time, it was an arid land.
So it's always been a desert. Sorry, Dibs.
Sorry, you got a desert level.
Well, Dibs. As far as desert levels go, what did you? Let's go on.
Well, I mean, there's the color green in it at least, so there's
it's more of a canyon than a proper desert, but
yeah. Yeah, it's more of a canyon, so it's a good old rip-roaring Wild West level. Those are the kinds of desert levels that I found.
Memories of this piece?
Partially, yes. I recall that the Azran once tried to rejuvenate this dying land.
Aurora, wake up! Seriously, your narcolepsy is getting out of hand.
She's focusing, Professor. Come on.
I'm thinking.
But what about when my eyes are closed?
You're
you don't think I'm focusing then?
That's because you're actually sleeping, as I said before. But their technology was, at the time, insufficient. They could not restore balance to its ecosystem.
You barely know me.
Hey, Professor,
That is all I remember. I've been around you for a couple of days by this point.
Also, Professor, get that stick up from up your ass off.
Yeah, seriously, someone's gonna pull that out.
That's my spine.
Good grief.
Fascinating. So the Azran, like us, lived through ages of varying technological progress.
Makes sense.
So they're like the Wakandans?
I guess, yeah.
Again, the parallel is more towards Atlantis.
You think they started out like people in the Stone Age with Merely primitive tools?
I mean, Duke, everyone needs a beginning of sorts.
Everything that has a beginning has an end.
Very probable theory. Mankind has always built upon the past in the hope of founding an ever brighter future.
Or maybe a bunch of aliens showed up and taught us how to build sticks. I don't know.
Of course, don't you know, Theo? The pyramids were actually invented by aliens. Those
That's what Roland Emmerich told me.
Those Egyptians and their groundbreaking designs, they had nothing to do with that. It was all just aliens.
Unfortunately, there was also a back-breaking design for their poor slaves.
Something, the Eternals laid out the blueprint for us humans and all that jazz.
Yeah.
And now that Torrido has made peace with Old Red, they can look forward to a brighter future too.
Indeed.
A turnabout for tomorrow, as it were.
I wholeheartedly agree. Well, I believe it's about time for us to depart, shall we?
So come aboard and bring along all your hopes and dreams.
Who's singing back here?
No one?
Alright.
Luke did it.
And there you go. Happy ending in Torrido.
Hey, that steak once again looks delicious. Can I have some?
Doesn't seem to notice it.
New articles have been added to the World Times. Press A, Pedro. Thank you. A new episode has been added to the trunk. Old Red's an old softie. Alright, let's check out that episode then.
Also, Cat, we're here. Turn
A
around.
cat never seems to pay
Remember,
attention.
remember, Tail. It's a cat. It's a cat, Tail. It doesn't care about you.
Gary, turn around.
All right, an egg-shaped promise, of course. What else? And we're gonna. Yes. All right, Old Red's an old softie. Now that the people of Torrido have made their peace with Old Red, they are beginning to learn what a kind-hearted beast he really is. So let's see the the epilogue of sorts for this tale. Something wrong, Sam? Now what you're scrunching your face up like a prune for? You don't got to go impersonating me, chucklehead.
Oh, out of there, Ruby. I'm dreadfully sorry, but there's been something nagging at me. I gotta get off my chest.
I love the way he writes his old lady characters.
Oh my god, he's going to propose!
Us being smack in the middle of these here deadlands, we get plenty of critters feeling worrisome. But ever since Old Red started with his visits, we ain't had a single varmint try to scrounge off of us. Not one.
Quit your dilly down and speak your mind, Sheriff Flint.
I think that sounds like a good thing, actually.
Yep.
Depends, I suppose.
I'll get into that, ma'am. Now don't you rush me. Anyhow, it got me thinking. How come Old Red got himself settled down in that there mine and not near about Torrido? I reckon this whole time he's probably been fending those nasty critters away from our town.
Well, there you go then.
And if that's true, it makes me sick to the pit of my stomach to think that I treated him so bad.
Ah. Balderdash, you've been protecting the people just as much as he has. You don't even have a reason to be feeling guilty.
Balderdash? That's also the first time I hear that. I know.
Wait, really? You've never heard Balderdash
I understand
before?
what kind of exclamation it might be, but...
No. And besides that, what use is all that belly aching for? What's done is done. You want to make it up to him, you go make it up.
Make him the new sheriff.
The camera is here, Ruby.
Maybe he can be the...
right.
Maybe Old Red can be the deputy sheriff?
Yes. They'll make an
Sounds like-
amazing duo.
Tail and Shiro and Webs, go on.
Yeah.
It's my turn to feel Old Red today, Mr.
Oh god, they're arguing about who gets to feed him.
Mouse says it's my turn to play on.
My turn to feed the doggo.
Suddenly, now everyone can't get enough of Old Red.
But I picked the choices meat what him can buy.
And you think... Dad didn't?
He pushes him out of him.
I guess. What's wrong, boy?
I'm sure he would just like to have both pieces of meat.
Go ahead. I love this one.
Looks like Old Red wants us to stop arguing, Mr. Derringer.
Aww. He doesn't like it when the villagers argue.
Mom, Dad, stop fighting. How in the world do you know what's if?
Dogs pick up on that shit, Derringer.
Oh, I guess we just got a connection. I am my grandmother's granddaughter, after all.
Ken, well, like, what about the poor parent in between?
Yeah.
Old Red loves this town and all the folk in it.
Remember, Tara, I already mentioned my own canon that the reason she hates people with top hats because, well, actually, no, never mind, I'm changing it to that. Scarlet's parents were the ones who were killed by a top hat man, which is why Ruby hates top-hatted men. See? In that way, that explains why the fuck are this girl's parents. See? It all makes sense.
This is totally connected to that Lucasfilm Western Sugar game.
So a man in a top hat, did he by any chance tie them to railroad
I
tracks?
think it's called a hop.
Probably. So yeah, basically now everybody's arguing about, I get to feed Old Red. No, I get to feed Old Red. I get to feed Old Red. And Old Red's like...
Can't get enough of him.
Just Phoebe already.
There you go, Shiro. Everybody's in love with the doggo.
I'm starving over here.
That's the thing, Shiro. If anything, it's the opposite. If anything, maybe he's getting a bit too much food because, you know, everybody wants to feed him.
Things like the gacha machine that speeds the OK Watch at the beginning.
I get to feed the doggo. I get to feed the doggo. Anyway, everybody, tune in next time where we go to the next place.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Ta-ta.
See ya.